I will be reading and evaluating Sonnet 130 by William Shakespeare. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun. If hair be wires, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damasked red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go, my mistress when she walks treads on the ground. And yet by heaven I think my love as rare as any she believed with false compare. Now what he's saying is, the first line, my mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Well, her eyes aren't sparkly, charming. Coral is far more red than her lips red. It's pretty self-explanatory. She has not red lips. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun. In Shakespeare's time, if you were pale, you were considered beautiful because you were perceived as wealthy enough to be able to sit inside all day. If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. Shakespeare just insulted her weave. Classy. I have seen roses damasked red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. So her face isn't just not pale, but it's also lacking red. So she's just brown all over. And in some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. Now, I'm no expert on the 1600s, but I'm pretty sure oral hygiene wasn't big back then. But even so, her breath still smelled. Way to go. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. So she doesn't talk very good. I grant I never saw a goddess go, my mistress when she walks treads on the ground. Now what he's saying is that he's never seen a goddess, but he's pretty sure that his mistress isn't one. Shakespeare's a real charmer. And yet, by heaven, I think my love is rare, as any she believed with false compare. The last two lines are saying that even though she's not beautiful, they still love each other. So throughout the poem, we see that in the first 12 lines, there is a rhyme every other line, like sun and dun, and red and head, white, delight, cheeks and reeks, no, go, sound, ground. And then in the last two lines, we see that there's a direct rhyme in the two lines, yet by heaven I think my love is rare, as any she believed with false compare. And if we look at Shakespeare's other works, like A Midsummer's Night Dream, we see that characters speak in rhymes when they are talking about love. And so there's rhymes throughout the entire beginning of the poem, but maybe not as apparent as the last two lines. So while there's still love, he has to make it clear that he loves her despite her flaws. And we also notice that Shakespeare's not very kind in his wording. He has bad breath, and so he's parodying love poems. That's unique. So this is a beautiful love poem about how imperfect Shakespeare's lover is, but even though she obviously has flaws, he still uses pleasing language to describe what she's not. So, points for Shakespeare.